Ghislaine Maxwell's mystery fortune is revealed. Father Robert left her 10 million. Epstein Files Reveals. Story by Elizabeth Evans. Published by dailymail.com.uk/news. Published on 8th of February 2026. Ghislaine Maxwell, umutungo we ugera kuri miliyoni 10 z'amadolari y'Amerika ukaba wamenyekanye aho waturutse ku makuru yavuye mu madosiye ya Jeffrey Epstein yagiye hanze. In new released Jeffrey Epstein Files, Ghislaine Maxwell denies giving massage in a video. The video is from dailymail.com.uk/news.
Properties.
First of all, I never said I gave Mr. Epstein a massage.
I'll ask that question if you want, but I was focusing on people other than Mr. Epstein right now.
I didn't give massages.
Okay. Let's just tie that down. It is your testimony that you've never given anybody a massage.
I have not given anyone a massage.
You never gave Mr. Epstein a massage. That's your testimony?
That is my testimony.
Because when I was there, when I was present, at the time that I was present, the people that gave Jeffrey, men and women who gave Jeffrey massages were adults.
Muri iyi video, Ghislaine Maxwell, uyu mugore ufunze kubera kugira uruhare mu icuruzwa ry'abana b'abakobwa, yari ari guhakana ko atigeraga akorera massage Jeffrey Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell was not left penniless by her father Robert, but inherited at least $10 million from secret trust, according to the so-called Epstein Files. The convicted sex offender and accomplice of pedophile Jeffrey Epstein has long been thought to have accumulated her vast wealth from the man she procured young girls for. Ghislaine Maxwell bivugwa ko atigeze asigwa imbokoboko ku makuru aturuka ku madosiye ya Jeffrey Epstein yagiye hanze. Bivugwa ko yasigiwe miliyoni 10 z'amadolari y'Amerika kuri serivisi cyangwa kuba yarazaniraga abakobwa Jeffrey Epstein. Many believed money was motivation in working for billionaire Epstein, grooming and trafficking young women for him. But newly released documents from private bank JPMorgan Chase show Pimp and Madam Maxwell inherited millions of dollars from her disgraced newspaper tycoon father. Benshi bari bazi ko uyu mugore Maxwell yashobaga ashakaga amafaranga kugira ngo akorere Epstein amuzanira abakobwa batoya. Ariko mu madosiye ya Jeffrey Epstein aheruka kujya hanze agaragaza ko Maxwell yasigiwe amafaranga aturuka muri banki ya JPMorgan. The confidential bank file marked for internal use only was written after she was forced to close her account because of her association with Epstein. We are no longer comfortable with this client, 2017 media alleging Maxwell solicited young girl for then boyfriend and Jeffrey Epstein, the bank's report reads. Madosiye mashyashya agaragaza ko Maxwell yaje gufunga konte ye kubera ko banke itari kishimiye gukorana nawe kubera ibyaha yari akurikiranyweho yo gushakira abakobwa batoya uwahoze ari umukunzi we ndetse na Jeffrey Epstein. It goes on to reveal the existence of two bank accounts dating back to the 90s which were discovered in internal search. It stated that Ghislaine Maxwell was worth $10 million in 2013. Ayo madosiye akaba agaragaza ko mu mwaka wa 2013 Ghislaine Maxwell yari afite umutungo ugera kuri miliyoni 10 z'amadolari y'Amerika. The money was left in labyrinthine trusts which are likely to have been out of the reach of lawyers seeking to recoup the estimated $500 million told by her father Robert Maxwell for the Daily Mirror's pension fund in the 1980s. He died in drowning incident near the Canary Islands in 1991 off his luxury yacht Lady Ghislaine, which he named after his daughter, said to be the favorite of his 7 surviving children. 4 years after his death, a major out-of-court settlement was reached with his bank and the liquidator of his estate for about $276 million, just over half of the stolen amount, while the UK government provided another $100 million to the newspaper pension fund in the form of a loan. The newly revealed bank report even remarked on the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell's source of wealth is being classified as something of mystery in process coverage, but confidentiality states that it is believed her money was left to her by her late father. Mu madosiye hagaragayemo na papa we Robert Maxwell wari ukurikiranyweho kuba yaribye amafaranga ikinyamakuru Daily Mirror ibihumbi $500 by'amadolari y'Amerika mu mwaka w'1980. It says, "We understand her wealth came from trust her father Robert Maxwell left behind after he passed away on 5th of November 1991. The rest of her wealth is held in the real estate and artwork NYC townhouse and London townhouse." It also notes that she does not work but volunteer for a charitable organization she founded. It goes on to talk about notable objectives of the Terramara Foundation and detail the career history and acquisitions of her father. The report also reveals Maxwell was originally referred to the bank by Epstein and an associate. They introduced her to Jeffrey, an American banker who worked at JPMorgan for more than 30 years and was group chief executive of Barclays before resigning over his association with Epstein. Raporo zirimo ayo madosiye ya Epstein kandi zigaragaza ko umutungo wa Ghislaine Maxwell udasobanutse neza ahantu waturutse. Uretse kuba hari amafaranga yasigiwe na papa we witabye Imana mu kwa gatanu muri 1991 ndetse n'inzu z'ubucuruzi afite haba mu Bwongereza ndetse no muri Amerika. Ayo madosiye kandi yanditswemo ko uyu mugore Ghislaine Maxwell yafunguye konti muri JPMorgan Bank ajyanyweyo na Jeffrey Epstein. JPMorgan also had a long and fruitful 15 years association with Epstein, which helped them to retake in millions of dollars annually until he was dropped after his conviction for soliciting undersex in 2008. Ghislaine Maxwell is currently serving 20 years in U.S. prison after being convicted of conspiring with Epstein to sexual exploit, abuse, and trafficking multiple minors. It was previously revealed in the Epstein file that Maxwell would have inherited $10 million from Epstein, but it is unclear if the sum was paid. Uyu mugore Ghislaine Maxwell akaba afunze ari gukora igihano cy'imyaka 20 muri gereza zo muri Leta Zunze Ubumwe za Amerika kubera imikoranire yari afitanye na Epstein mu gucuruza abana batujuje imyaka. Further files released by Department of Justice also clear up another long-standing mystery: how she came into the orbit of fellow convicted sex offender Epstein. FBI documents in release of more than 3 million pages include claim that her older brother Kevin, once a notorious bankrupt, introduced the pair. Kevin himself was allegedly instructed to meet Epstein by his father in order to move money for his family, according to the FBI. Another email in the file reveals Epstein also believed Maxwell has been murdered, a commonly held conspiracy theory since his mysterious death. He wrote he was passed away as the subject line of email on March 15, 2018, to a recipient whose name is unknown because the data has been redacted, suggesting that the newspaper magnate has threatened Mossad, the Israeli Secret Service, that unless they gave him $400 million to save his Kremlin-seek empire, he would expose all he had done for them. Epstein wrote in that time he had free access to Margaret Thatcher's Downing Street, to Ronald Reagan White House, to the Kremlin, and the corridor of power through Europe. He went on, Maxwell passed on all the secret he learned to Mossad in Tel Aviv. In turn, they tolerated his excess, vanities, and insatiable appetite for a luxury lifestyle and women. He told his controller who they should target and how they should do it. He appointed himself as Israel's unofficial ambassador for the Soviet bloc. You can read the full story on dailymail.co.uk/news. Story written by Elizabeth Evans, with the title Ghislaine Maxwell's mystery fortune is revealed. Father Robert left her $10 million. Eipstein Files Reveals. Nk'izi mpapuro zagiye hanze za Jeffrey Epstein, kandi harimo ko uyu mukobwa cyangwa uyu mugore Ghislaine Maxwell yahujwe na Epstein na musaza we. Musaza we nawe akaba yarahujwe na Epstein na papa we waje gupfa, ndetse muri izo mpapuro akaba harimo na enquête FBI yakoze, hazamo ibaruwa Epstein yanditse avuga ko uwo mugabo papa wa Ghislaine yaba yarishwe, kandi hakaba harimo nuko Epstein avuga ko ari umutasi wa Mossad, inzego z'iperereza za Israel, ndetse ngo akaba akorana na Kremlin, ubwo ni ukuvuga Abarusiya. Byinshi kuri iyi nkuru ushatse kubisoma wajya ku rubuga dailymail.com/uk akarongo kaberamye news. Another video from dailymail.co.uk/news.
Full committee to authorize and issue a subpoena for Ghislaine Maxwell to appear before a deposition, and that's it right there. I had it printed out, so I made sure I do it appropriate. Talked to Chairman Comer. He's down with it. We're good. I believe he's going to issue the subpoena. He's a stand-up guy. We just got to get to the bottom of this thing, folks. It's just, it's 4 years, and we don't need to tolerate this stuff anymore. And I get the blowback about folks up here are going to be mad at me, but ultimately, and with all sincerity, excuse me, I'm going to answer my Creator on this issue and what we did about the least amongst us. And we got to send a message to these dirtbags that do this. This is not acceptable behavior. And also a message to the victims that we believe you and that you need to come out of the shadows, and we need to bust these people that do this and send them to hell, because I'm over it. Anyway, before I get myself in any more trouble, thank y'all for sending me here.
Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any suggestion, read or comment. Thank you. Have a nice day. Wakoze kubana nanjye, itekerezo cyangwa inyunganizi wanyandikira muri comment, nawe kandi subscribe, urakoze, ugire ibihe byiza.